done. All right. Next car making its way out onto Las Vegas Motor Speedway. And now we move from the speed runs into the passing competition. And just to give you a little bit of a rundown about how this works is 2 cars will come out, and one will be the leader, one will be what's called the attacker. And they have certain speed settings, if you will, that are programmed into the cars that are part of the regulations of this concept. Usually the first one is 100 miles an hour. Now, with these wind conditions, they might drop that. We'll have to get a clarification on that. So the lead car, whatever that speed number is, will be lapping at an average speed of, let's say, 100 miles an hour, right? And so the attacking car, the one that is behind it, when it closes up to within 5-6 car lengths of the lead car, at a certain point there will be a waving green indicating that the attacking car now has 1 lap to be able to execute a safe pass and close it out. You can't just get ahead and then have something happen, the car slides or something, and the other car goes by. You've got to complete and close out the pass. Then that attacking car, once it makes the pass, becomes the lead car, drops to that 100 mile an hour speed, and the other car becomes the attacking car. Once it gets within 5-6 car lengths, gets the green flag, then it has a lap to execute its pass. And if they both do that at 100 miles an hour, it'll jump to 110. And we go through the program again. If they both execute that, it goes to 120. And what eventually determines the winner is when the attacking car cannot make the pass. That's assuming that the lead car has made the pass. So that's the issue. And so if one of the cars makes the pass at a certain speed, and then the other car cannot come back and make the pass at that average speed being run by the lead car, the competition ends. But it's amazing because now, along with all of those components, the optical, the LiDAR, the radar, the GPS, having just to negotiate driving around the racetrack at the best speed possible, now you've got to incorporate where is that other car. And so as you close up on the back of it to try and affect the pass, the car itself has to look and go, okay, it looks like there's more room to the outside, so I will attempt to make the pass there. Or, nope, the car, I've been watching it, it continues to exit wide, so I want to square that corner up a little bit and come down and make the pass on the inside. And so this is taking everything we just saw in those speed runs to the next highest level, right? Now you're incorporating another vehicle and having to drive around it and do it safely. And within a certain time frame. You don't just get a bunch of laps. So let's see here. 2 cars are out there at this stage. It's Purdue AI Racing chasing AI Racing. It's AI Racing Tech that is pursuing Purdue AI Racing. And AI Racing Tech is pretty close now. And this is the part now when the car is quite literally the computer in the cockpit, if you will, the robot, is doing its studying. Where do I want to affect this pass? Which way do I want to go? It's literally sort of learning on the fly. Now you hear that big rev increase? That's going to be the pass. That's going to be the move. There they go. And now they close that pass out. Well done. Well done. Now what's going to, and I think the speed, yeah, that's what I thought. Because of these conditions, I think the speed of the lead car in this first round is 80 miles an hour. So now the car that was the attacker has moved past. It now will have to drop and just lap at about, 80 mile an hour average. And the other car, when it is given the green flag. Now it has to make the pass, and this is why it changes up, right? So now Purdue AI is the attacking vehicle. The second car in your frame. And now it starts doing the studying. It's really impressive, just the technology that they employ in this. Okay, Purdue giving itself a little bit of time here to try and get up there and make this their attempt. The thing is, you can't make your move until the officials say, "All right, you're in you're close enough. The gap is where it should be." And that is then when you can start and make your move. And well done. Slides through, closes it out. So I'm going to have to watch here and see what the next speed level. In certain competitions, that speed jumps by 20 miles an hour, but I think, again, with these conditions, they might be a little bit more circumspect and have the speed jump be 10 miles an hour. All things that were rumored as possibility. So now essentially we're into the second of the go rounds. And it is AI Racing Tech doing the attacking, doing the chasing. And we're up at 100. So they did a 20-mile-an-hour jump from 80 to 100. And here we go. AI Racing Tech has made the decision. Opts for that high line, had been watching the Purdue AI machine running a little bit lower line and opted to get through and look like they have closed it out. So now AI Racing Tech will drop to a 100-mile-an-hour average, and it'll be up to Purdue to come by and do it. And again, at Indianapolis, when it's a bigger track, and we didn't have wind and it was warmer, I think the passing competition, the final speed barrier was 160 miles an hour. And again, there are no drivers on these cars, so these robots, these computers, operating on coding and then learning and studying based on the algorithms that are built in, at 160 plus miles an hour, we're able to run down, catch the car in front, execute a safe pass. I mean, that's remarkable. Interestingly, though, Purdue, now they're starting to find the speed, picking it up just a little bit, looking for the position to make the pass. And here they come. They're through, and they close it out. So both cars have successfully passed the 100 mile an hour, and you can see immediately jumping up. Wow. AI Racing Tech just dropped the hammer there, didn't they, for a minute? Went to 135 and then backed off, but they didn't want to drop too far back behind Purdue, because what happens is that at a certain point, if you can't maintain close enough, at a certain point, you just run out of time. There is a time limit on being able to execute. So we're now at 120 mile an hour, and look at AI Racing Tech, not wasting any time, closing up on Purdue. And you may be wondering, Purdue seems to be giving them an easy route. And I'd asked this before at Indy. I said, are these teams? Beautiful run there by AI Racing Tech, up to 140 plus miles an hour as they swept through to make their first attempt at 120 click. And I said, are these teams devious enough to try and, just run right down the middle of the track and make it difficult for the others to go? And didn't get a yes or no answer, but I got a lot of sort of wry smirks. But right now, Purdue is giving plenty of room to AI Racing Tech. And in these conditions, I actually think that might be more of a self-preservation scenario here, because understand, folks, these cars are really expensive, the cars. And then, the computer components and all of that. But the cars, you get cars that are capable of 180, 190 mile an hour speeds. That's going to be an expensive piece of equipment. And so in these conditions, the wind and the cold, I think giving your competitors plenty of room, because if you do make it difficult for them to get through, and they, their car senses something off a little bit suddenly and drifts across and you guys come together, well, you pay the price too. And Purdue completes beautiful pass. So both of them have successfully gone to the 120 range here and completed their passes. Now we go to 130, I believe. It's 80 to 100, 100 to 120, and then it goes to 10 mile an hour increments for the next two attempts, and then it might go to 5. But again, as you can see, AI Racing Tech doing the attacking of Purdue, staying way down low, giving them room. There we go, AI Racing Tech. You can hear that throttle pickup, building some speed, using that high line, coming through, pass and close. Beautiful job by AI, using that nice high line. You can hear the chirps, boy, can't you, when they both get out of the throttle there? So a nice job there. So once again, AI now, in that beautiful blue and white machine, they now will start setting a 130 average speed pace. And it's Purdue AI Racing that now becomes the attacker. I've announced a lot of racing over the years. And every time I watch this, it literally blows me away to know there's not a driver inside this car. Really is remarkable. So now Purdue starting to pick it up. They chose their spot to start the attack. Here we go. Building speed, building speed, building speed. Are they going to get it done before the turn? They do. Ooh, a little closer than we've seen. And look at the reaction for Purdue. So both teams have successfully done the 130 passing drill. Believe me, folks, you see that reaction, that's completely understandable as we move to 140 now, because as these speed increments go up, the challenge becomes far more difficult because, remember, everything is coming at these computers, these robots now, much faster. So the processing has to be done quicker. Tell you, AI are just really ramping the speed up through that corner, the exit of 3 and 4, clearly through by the time they got to what would be the start-finish line here. That was a tremendous pass by AI. They sure seem very comfortable on that high line. Purdue just continues to just hug the inside a little bit. And now Purdue, as AI runs about 140, Purdue has got to find a way through. both these cars running really different lines. Again, I think that is just self-preservation. Let's just give each other a bit of room out here. If a gust of wind happens and the car shifts a little bit, we don't need them coming together. All right, Purdue, not quite ready yet. So they're at the point now where they need to get after it here. And they have not been able to accelerate and really make a move here. And there is a time limit here, so Purdue's got to get after it. Purdue using that inside line. It's a little shorter line around the track, but sometimes that high line, it's a more open line. But here comes Purdue dropping the hammer, 158, but they haven't closed it out. They did not close that out. And you could see suddenly concern on those faces. So Purdue's now, they've got to, that computer has got to figure it out, get up close, and be a little closer before they start that run. And I think time may have elapsed. Time may have elapsed. Both cars starting to slow down. So AI Racing looks like they may have just claimed the passing challenge. It's just an extraordinary display of technology here. And I know I'm just coming back to it constantly, but with the wind we have, with the cold temperatures, to be having this kind of speed in these conditions is just remarkable. Now we start to get some big sun on certain parts of the track. You can see up on the top of the roll hoop a number of the sensing elements. And just underneath that cover, you can see in this car, the blue cover, you can see that little gap at the front. That's where some of the radar and LiDAR is. That is a happy group right there. AI Racing Tech. Just a fabulous job. Cars now working their way with their programming as they start to make their way down into the pits. Purdue gave it everything, but they just, on that last run, they got there, but they got the nose ahead right as they were coming into a turn, and you could hear the chirp, and the car just backed out of it a little bit more, and the AI car just motored back around the outside. And like I said, it's not just getting the nose in front. You've got to close that pass out. All right. And Shay is standing by with our our passing drill winner, AI Racing Tech.
Congratulations on the win, first and foremost. When we last left Indianapolis, it was a less happy occasion for your team. How good does this feel?
Oh, this is just amazing. We've worked so hard. These students have worked so hard to prepare first for Indianapolis and then to have that great disappointment of a of a failure of the communication system and the GPS, and then to come here and have everything just be exactly like we planned it, exactly like we wanted to see it. It was just an amazing experience.
And to win the passing competition on such a big stage as well, doesn't that make it even better for the students and the sponsors?
Well, yeah. We've lucky enough we'd finished second and third in other passing competitions, but we'd never won the passing competition. So this puts that final step of the podium in place, and we're very happy for that.